My name is Maurice Velasquez.
And I'm John Shirk.
And this is Winning in the Workplace.
Powered by Team Real World. Hi, welcome to our course on training employees. The single most important thing that managers can do for their companies is to develop their staff and oversee their growth and all the skills they need. The success of the company and their own careers depends entirely on whether the staff members are learning, growing, working better together, being efficient, and providing great service to the customer. And although most managers have the greatest of intentions to provide training to their staff, the vast majority of managers do not know how to set up the training or take the necessary steps to get it organized. Today's module will cover the training toolkit with the 3 necessary files that managers need in order to do this. Now, mind you, there is a 4th critical file that you will need, and I'll tell you about that at the end of the module.
The most important thing that managers can do in their career is to develop their team. Although managers have the best intentions to provide training for their people, it falls by the wayside, and oftentimes it becomes something that you have to renegotiate or have to pick up later. Does it work? How much does it cost? Can we really justify? These are the issues that make training not a favorable thing. The most expensive part about training is not per se what you pay the vendors or what you pay your internal team. The most expensive part about training and setting up training is the time that they're going to spend in training that does not produce results sometime in the near future. So if they're going to be out for an 8-hour class, it's got to be a good 8-hour class. If it's going to be a half-a-day class, it's going to be good. Our recommendation is that you do a combination of things. One-day events, those are the least favorite because they don't accomplish as much. Half days are better. 2 hours, lunch learns are good, and now the industry is moving very fast into online training, which is why we provide an online platform called Winning in the Workplace. We're going to cover 3 major areas. First, the 3 files is an assessment file. The second file is a training calendar, and the third file is the attendance log file. These 3 files are the ones that you want to set up in order to get it going, to get it organized, and keep training offered on a regular basis. Keep in mind that what we're trying to do is not just provide a one-time training event that kind of drops. You want to provide consistency because you can only really change professional behaviors if you keep some type of consistent reinforcement of the skills and make sure that everyone is regularly learning. First file is the assessment file. All right, the purpose of this file is for you to collect the training needs of all your team, okay? It allows you to identify the needs per group by department, okay? And then it allows you to then put together a budget, all right? So here's what this file looks like, okay? You can see that you might think that it's overwhelming, but it isn't. If you notice over here, on the left-hand side is the list of all the different types of training. At the top you have computer training, okay? And then the different courses or the different skills of computer training. Then over here in the middle you have professional skills. And then you would set those. We have time management in here, communication skills, conflict management, and the different courses or skills that you want to make sure your people are learning, all right? Then at the bottom you have job skills or technical skills. So this spreadsheet could be a very lengthy spreadsheet with a lot of rows, and what you're trying to find out is up here at the top is your employees, your team members. How good are they at these skills? Everybody in red is a 1. That means that they're novice or that they're beginners at this skill and they need a lot more training. The 2s, they're the ones who are they kind of know it, they've passed the basics, and now they're in their intermediate. And then the number 3 is the ones that are in green. Those are the ones that are more advanced and they probably don't need the training. So just by looking at the colors, you can get a good visual representation to assess who is at what skill set. Each manager should be able to gather this information and make their own assessment of their teams. A preferred approach is to add another layer to it, and that is to go and talk to the different staff members and ask them and try to get as much of a transparent response that, yes, I'm not good at this, put me for a 1 for conflict management, or put me for a 2 for time management. This feels so much like the weather, man. You know, look, guys, there's a front coming in over here in the west. I mean, this was a little different. Notice you have the skill sets over here, the same skill sets, and you have your employees up here. The difference is this, okay, is that this is not collecting the skill set competencies. What this is basically saying, that based on your assessment that you just took with that other spreadsheet, now you've put together this document that says how many people are we going to send to the Windows class. And what's cool about the spreadsheet is that if you just put an X right here, then it changes color. Like the other spreadsheet I showed you, when you put 1, it automatically converts to red. The files that we're going to send you are automatically already set up with the formatting, so you don't have to spend all the time doing it. In this column right here, it counts the number of X's that you have. So this tells you right here that X number of people, 9 people, can attend the Windows class. You have enough for a group, and that's what this column is, okay? The column right next to it tells you that these 9 people can come, and you've already confirmed they can all show up at the same time. If you're gonna set this training up with a vendor, it's gonna be important for them to know whether you're gonna need one group of 9 or they're gonna have to show up 9 different times. That has a totally different impact on the budget. That's why these 2 columns over here are tremendously important. This is the formula that you put in that column over here to count the X's, okay? It's equal count A, then close it in parentheses, your parameters. Again, you'll get this with the spreadsheet. So shoot me an email and I'll get you this file. You can collect the data several ways. You can use SurveyMonkey. You can use a hard copy of the spreadsheet and have people fill it out manually. That's the old style, but it works. And then the other one is to share this file on Dropbox or some kind of server so that everybody can open it. We like to use a shared Google approach so that everybody can go and update it. We ask everybody to fill out their assessments. This should be the role of the manager that does this. I highly encourage you to involve your team members. Don't just select training for them and surprise them. They're not going to give you the same buy-in. And then caution with privacy. If the culture of your company is to where you don't like to let everybody know what everybody else is getting as far as training, some companies are more sensitive than others, just simply gather everybody's individual feedback and then put all the files together into one spreadsheet. Other companies are okay with everybody seeing it. Use a shared file and collect the data. All right, let's move on. So that covers the assessment files. We covered 2 types of assessment files. One, the skill set competency, and the other is the actual enrollment of who we're going to go attend what training, so that I can get together with vendors and set up a budget. All right, let's go to the next part, which is the actual training calendar itself. You want to publish the dates of the class information. Get this information from your vendors. Allow your people to use this on a regular basis so they can know where and when classes are coming up and when they should enroll. Key thing here, okay? This allows you to see the courses by content as far as their course descriptions and allow them to enroll. You notice you have your columns up at the top where it shows you your different dates, all right? Over here is you have your different courses, and you notice you have pricing, you have times, you have the dates. This file is, again, we'll send it to you. It's very important for you to put it in a central location so that everyone knows where it's at and people aren't figuring it out and having to look for it all over the place. Announce when the closed enrollment dates are for this information so that you can let the vendors know that by a certain time you're going to confirm that everyone's going to show up and not have any cancellation fees. And again, put this calendar somewhere where it's a fixed link or a fixed location so people can bookmark it and everyone knows where the file is. The next file is the attendance log file. This one's very similar to the first assessment file. It allows you to keep track of who attended the training, who needs repeated classes. All right, it looks just like the first one, but it's a little different because you're going to use 1, 2, and 3 to mean something totally different. Number 1 is who needs the training. Number 2 is who needs a repeat of the training. In other words, they need a second one. Or 3, they got it complete, they're done, move on. This allows you to see who has taken your live classes as well as your online courses, all right? Now, let me make some comments about online training. Tremendously important, okay? Here's what's about. 77% of companies are now offering their people the opportunity to do training online. You need to seriously consider it for your company, all right? This rate of increase going online is growing at a rate of 13% every year from now to 2017, 2018. The trend is going to continue. Why? People basically believe that it is easier to access, it's shorter modules, it is built around their schedule, and it makes it much more effective because you're dealing with small modules of skill learning and allows for people to control it themselves. So highly encourage you to go this direction. Our company, Team Reward, has put together a Winning in the Workplace online training portal for you guys to enjoy and become members and have all of our training available to them and included as part of your training program. Let me show it to you. You go to winningintheworkplace.com, here's the website, and you simply click right here on courses, all right? It automatically brings you to our list of classes. You click on any one of these. For example, you click on Management Excellence, and what it does, it shows you the different courses that are available. You can click on the name, or you can click over here where it says Course Outline, and then over here you click on Watch Now, and the video starts. 15 minutes or less, and what's also cool is we've added questions here for the users, for your staff members to fill in, and that's their way of letting you know, hey, I've watched this video. It's very important for you to take that information and update your enrollment and your attendance log. It's a powerful program. What we have out there in this is we have all sorts of classes. We have management training courses. We have staff training for professionalism. We also have sales training, and we have computer classes. Go to our homepage, you have free videos, and what you'll see and be very easily available is for you to start your subscription with a 7-day free trial. How do we get the files? For those of you that are watching this video after today's live seminar, send us an email. We'll tell you where to download it, but we'll also show you where it is in our Winning in the Workplace portal, and you can download it for there. All you got to do is subscribe, download it, and while you're there, might as well enjoy all the other videos. All right, the only thing I have left to say is thank you very much for joining us. My name is Maurice Velasquez. This is Team Real World, and you have been at Winning in the Workplace.
There are, of course, many other files and organizational tools that you will need to train your team, like course content, pre-training evaluations, post-training evaluations, and such. We will cover those in future modules. As I mentioned to you, there is, however, a fourth key file, and that is your budget, your training budget. This is a most critical piece, and you will need it in order to propose to your executive team and show how you plan to roll out the training and the monthly, quarterly, and annual outlays. However, in order to build your budget, you first have to have these three files we covered today. In future modules, we'll show you how to build your training budget and how to propose it more effectively. For all of us here at Team Real World and Winning in the Workplace, thank you for joining us.